Spoiler alert, the Eagles won the Super Bowl, as Chris Berman would say, but it's not the big story of the day, for that goes to President Trump, receiving massive cheers, while poor Taylor Swift only received jeers. It represents a huge change in the culture war. Entertainment. We'll tell you the meaning behind all of it right now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we are, recovering from a wonderful MegaCon. And boy, was it ever mega. So many there. And it looks like the Super Bowl was just as fantastically attended, supported, and everybody had a good time. Unless, of course, you were a Chiefs fan, in which case we're sorry. We're sorry. Let's take a look at this, though. And, you can put Taylor Swift definitely in the category of people who did not have a good time. Folks, click the like button as we all get ready to have a very wonderful time on a Monday, no less. Dan Wooten has the tweet here of the day. It says, the official end of woke celebrity culture. Just after President Trump receives rapturous applause at the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift is roundly and loudly booed. These stars don't know what hit them. Let's play it, folks. Full audio on. Here we go. Here is what Taylor Swift had to suffer through. Let's play it one more time, just so you can see that Taylor Swift was not surrounded by Swifties and perhaps did not know what to do with the boo. Yes, T Swift, that's what it sounds like when people are not happy. And, well, you could say it's a football game. So, football attendees might be more inclined to be conservative. But, folks, I'm here to tell you, it's the Super Bowl. It's filled with the biggest hobnobbers around. You got to spend some serious dough if you want to get into the Super Bowl. So that should be, well, I'm not saying conservatives have, no, Jonas, I'm not saying that conservatives have less money. I'm trying to say that it is an event. It is a thing. It is it's how you show that you are a person in this world, that you have risen up to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, you are a somebody if you're at the Super Bowl. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have people of all varieties, and yet the boos, a crescendo of boos down on poor Taylor Swift. Here's what it was like for President Trump and First Lady Melania as they came in. Folks, we're going to have to turn the audio off. I'm going to not add the cheers. We thought about doing this. We thought about just filling this with fake cheers. We're not going to do that because, well, that would be fake news. But just know that there's tons of cheers. The reason the audio is off is because as they entered, they were playing copyrighted music, and so we can't play that. But everybody basically, I mean, you can't hear any boos. There's no booing that we can hear. It's cheer after cheer. It's a very excited crowd. And so you could say, well, Pro, you've been accused of going political in the past. Here you go again. And we're really not trying to do that here, and I'll explain why. It's because what we do here is we cover entertainment. And what we're watching happen in real time is we are watching the realignment of the way that Hollywood recognizes and interacts with the American people. Because this guy and his wife were never supposed to return to the national stage. And Hollyweird, and the establishment global elite media, they were supposed to make sure it never happened. You're really not supposed to like them, and they're not supposed to be in any kind of position of power. In fact, their thought was he'd probably be in some sort of federal prison or state prison at this time. Didn't happen. And they also think that all of these celebrities are supposed to be magnificently popular. You're supposed to love them. They are superstars, and yet their cachet, their sway with the American people has diminished. So take this, folks, into a deeper position than just the political aspect of it and go into the philosophical with me for a moment. Consider for a moment that Taylor Swift, and we're not here to rag on Taylor Swift. We don't want to be mean. You know what? You want to be a Swiftie. You want to listen to T Swift songs all day long. You go for it. We'll support you. You do what you want. But let's just say that T Swift represents one philosophical stance that we were experiencing for the past few years in terms of what we were supposed to adore, what we were supposed to idolize. And, that's the thing, right? And the NFL loves having Taylor Swift there, and she definitely does have a fan base. But you were not supposed to idealize Donald Trump, President Trump. You were not supposed to do that. And yet the people seem to. And it's evident at the Super Bowl. And what does that do? Well, when it's evident at the Super Bowl, it breaks the official narrative psychosis. Let me say it again. It breaks the official narrative psychosis. In other words, there's been a unified presentation across entertainment, media, news organizations, and they're all one and the same. There's been a united narrative, which was Orange Man bad and global elitism good, and celebrities were the water carriers of the official message, by and large, for the most part. And not only has that message been rejected, but the people who carried it have been rejected, and now Hollywood is rushing to try to fix this. Of course, whatever you might think of President Trump and the way that he communicates, you may like this, you may dislike it. I'm not going to tell you what to think about it, but he said on here to really punch this in, because the legacy media, they're probably, Good Morning America is probably not going to cover that Taylor Swift was booed, but Fox News, they'll be all over it, right? And of course, we're covering this. We're trying to do it from a fair point of view, by the way. President Trump says the only one that had a tougher night than the Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MAGA is very unforgiving. Now, folks, you can think that is crass. You can think that it is poor sportsmanship, to go back to the sports analogies of what we're discussing here. At the same time, he was hanging out with major Chiefs fans, even considering Patrick Mahomes' family. They went into President Trump's special box at the Super Bowl to greet him. So there you have that. And that's from BeHizy Tweets, who we didn't even know about BeHizy Tweets until like a week ago. And suddenly BeHizy Tweets is everywhere. So I don't know who's doing that account, but man, you have received our spotlight, and that's because X is giving you the spotlight. Now, this all goes back to, if we go to the Rasmussen reports, the daily presidential tracking poll, Rasmussen reports is saying that as of Friday, that Trump has a 51% approval rating and a 45% disapprove rating. So the reason that Hollywood has decided that they're ready to stop bashing the Orange Man, and that's going to, I think, accelerate as they see these sorts of situations where Taylor Swift, who should be America's darling, is getting booed, raucously booed at the Super Bowl. I think that's going to accelerate their stance of they shouldn't put themselves in a position to be against the majority of Americans. They want to be part of the cool kids. They want to be liked, and there's some sort of major cultural shift happening. And I think Hollywood's watching that when they see 51% of the American, not even the electorate, but just the public supporting Trump after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of concerted total control over the narrative, and it was all anti-Trump. Then that, I think, is giving them a great awakening that perhaps they want to aim for at least neutrality. In fact, if you go back to the Grammys, I know it was consumed by the stories of Kanye and what happened with he and his partner there. But another story that could have been, had it had been given room to breathe, is the fact that at the Grammys, basically, there was almost no mention of President Trump. There was almost no attack against him. Now, folks, you could say, again, this is a totally political video. You're an entertainment channel. What are you doing, sir? And to that, I simply say, folks, that we're watching a total tonal shift in celebrity culture, in Hollywood, in the way that the American public views celebrities. And we're watching the transfer of power in terms of who has the majority influence. We're watching the baton transferred at a speed we perhaps have never seen before, from the left to the right. And now the kids, right? Now the teenagers think that President Trump is cool. Many of them, not all of them, of course. We don't want to overstate it, but it's a dramatic shift in the last 8, 9, 10 years, and it will have, this is what we want to get to on the entertainment side of things, it will have a major impact on the planning out of where Hollywood is going to go, where they're going to go. And we're hearing this, by the way, from our sources in places like Warner Brothers. You just saw that Disney apparently has pulled out of their documents things like Reimagine Tomorrow, and now they're going to focus on the hiring of veterans. We're going to cover all that. Hollywood is going to have to make a shift now because they want to be popular. They want Taylor Swift to be popular. They want their movie stars to be popular. Big money's riding on that, by the way. And being popular right now is going to mean that you're going to have to not be obscene towards at least half and maybe the majority of Americans. Frankly, folks, I can tell you that I'm ready for a world in which we don't have to bash each other. Now, let me say, when I look at this from President Trump, I got to say, I don't know. I don't know about it. But you might, and you might say you love it. Let us know in the comments down below. Tell us, as the high IQ audience that you are, share with us, do you think this was the way to handle this? Or do you think that the message had already been given? Perhaps you say that the mainstream legacy media has to have this sort of thing put out there for them to do the coverage. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe he's playing 4D chess, even beyond what we understand. All right, folks, that is the video for the day. Hope we explained it in a way that lets you know what's going on with Hollywood. They got to plan out the next 2, 3, 4 years. And as they watch this happening, they don't want to be in tears. They've got to make that shift as quickly as possible, predicting out what the American public and the West will want, believe, and desire in entertainment over the next half decade. All right, folks, click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. And, folks, we would love it if you would drop a comment down below. Join a community dialogue. Let us know, too, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? We'd love to hear it. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Clickbait, fraud, drama queen. Ugh, I wish there was a channel that was 5 to 6 minute news reads without the drama, frauds, and clickbait that could accurately let me know the current news, providing my crucial context utilizing all the different That Park Place contributors and creators.
Well, stupid, there is. It's the That Park Place YouTube channel, which will be going live real soon, so make sure you're subscribed. So you could really stick it to the algorithms.
You're joking.
Nope.
Oh my.